Hey guys, welcome back to my daily vlog. And today I just want to talk about a few things that are top of my mind right now in my rants and raves. And one of those I'm going to start off with is Walgreens. So, if you're not already aware, I have a 8-year-old daughter, Castile, who is a type 1 diabetic, and she was out of her long-acting insulin, which we need to get basically refilled. And of course, yesterday when we were trying to get it refilled through their website was down and wasn't quite working quite right. So we weren't able to use the website to get the refill of that prescription refilled. So I had to call it in, and then I had to wait in line forever on the phone, and it was probably a good 15 minutes, and it kept going back to the actual I don't know, front of the store or something, and I kept saying yes, I'd like to talk to pharmacy and pharmacist, and finally I got through. And then when I went to refill it, I told them the wrong prescription. I told them it was for the Basaglar, which is a long-acting insulin that we used to use with our previous insurance, and instead it's the Lantus. And the pharmacist didn't say anything to me about it. She just said, okay, we'll have it ready later this afternoon after 2:30 or something. So I went to go pick it up last night at 6:30. It was about 6:30. And of course, there was like a 5-car line to get in. And of course, inside it's busy too at that time of the night. So I waited in line for like literally 20 minutes before I got to the window. And then when I went to the window to get it, she said, yeah, your prescription is $95. I was like, $95? That's not what we pay for that. And she said, yeah, it's for, this is what it is. And she checked, and I said, okay, well, then it dawned on me that I actually gave her the wrong brand name for the actual long-acting insulin we do use that we get a much better price on, which is Lantus instead of Basaglar. So then I told her that, and she said, well, it'll be a few minutes. Can you pull back around or do you want to come in the store? And I was like, oh, wow, I don't have any more time to wait. I had to get to practice and do other things. So I said, no, we'll pick it up later. And then on top of that, I was supposed to pick up my prescription for my dental appointment tomorrow. And it called it in like, I don't know, 2.5 weeks ago, but it didn't get fulfilled because they needed some sort of like ICD code or something like that. And my dentist had faxed it over to them, not once, but twice, and they still hadn't updated it. And I went over there to pick it up last night, and they said, well, no, we put that away because it was fulfilled on the 16th. I said, no, it wasn't. You didn't have the right code. Then she looked further into the detail. Oh, yeah, we got the code. I'll add it. It'll be ready tomorrow. So, of course, I picked it up this morning. But, what a fiasco it was, and what a pain in the rear running back and forth to both calling them up and dealing with that, and then getting the wrong prescription filled on my part, and then of course them not having my other prescription ready to go, and just wasted a good half an hour of my time in my life last night waiting in line at Walgreens for absolutely no reason whatsoever. So that was one of my rants for today. And then on another note, recently I moved my website for small business consulting over from basically WordPress into ClickFunnels, and I was moving the actual DNS records, and I was told, I think I mentioned this in a previous vlog, that if you go to vegastechgroup.com right now, it does not resolve to the website, but if you type in www.vegastechgroup.com, it does resolve to the website. So I got on support with Liquid Web, which is where I host the website and the DNS, and I asked them about that, and they said, yeah, you can do this and do that, and it should be working. And then I asked the gentleman, because sometimes it's a caching issue and doesn't propagate all the way through the web, and sometimes what you see isn't what other people see. And he confirmed, oh yeah, I can go to vegastechgroup.com and it's resolving, it's working perfectly fine. So I was like, okay, great. So I was like, okay, it must just be on my end. Well, I waited a couple days. I didn't check it. I hadn't paid attention to it on the way home from Phoenix. I just decided to look it up on my phone. And of course, if you just type in vegastechgroup.com without the www in front of it, it does not resolve. It does not work still. So he was wrong. He was looking at an old version of the website or something too, or he was actually typing in www.vegastechgroup.com, even though I was telling him I needed it to resolve without the www. So either way, hop back on with support again today, and they gave me the runaround now for another 30 minutes because, of course, you know the first level of support you get is not necessarily somebody who has all the knowledge that they need or know-how, so they just redirect you over to various documents about how to do this. And he's telling me I need to have, the only way I could do it with the cloud sites at Liquid Web was to use an htaccess file, which I've done in the past, but I was like, there's got to be a way to do it without using htaccess file, because what if I didn't have any website set up at all at their hosting where I could actually upload an htaccess file to the root of the domain, because the domain's not even there, right? So I was just ticked off about the whole thing. So I decided to look further into using another DNS service like Cloudflare. And I'm waiting to see now if I got that set up right, where Cloudflare will actually redirect the VegasTechGroup.com domain over to ClickFunnels correctly if you don't put it in www. So we'll see how that works. I'll let you know when I figure that out. But, you know, if you just use something like Namecheap has their own basic DNS. They have what they call a URL redirect record, where you simply put the host as the @ symbol, and then the target is wherever you want it to be, and it works. So it automatically redirects the root domain over to wherever you want it to redirect to. And you don't have to do anything fancy, and it doesn't require an htaccess file and all that. But the DNS at Liquid Web doesn't have that feature, doesn't have the URL redirect record capability. So there's that. So just FYI about that. Excuse me. On another note, I think I'm going to revamp and restructure. I'm pretty sure this is exactly what I'm going to do now. I'm going to restructure growth marketing mindset. I sent out a survey questionnaire that was like 3 questions long. 2 of them was, what's your first name? What's your last name? The second question was, hey, if I restructured or specifically designed growth marketing mindset group coaching program to focus on helping you get more clients for your micro automated services to offer small businesses, and those include like social posting, monthly email newsletters, chatbots, billboards, stories, deals, birthdays, etc., would you join GMM? And the overwhelming majority, out of the whopping 30 responses I got, 27 said yes. So that's 90%. And so I decided, you know what, I'm going to change it. So I'm redoing that. I'm going to open it back up and let people join now with it structured that way. And we'll see how many of those people that said yes will actually join, and extra people who didn't take the actual survey. But I'll find out in the next few days, and I'll report back the numbers when I find out. And hopefully it'll be a lot better, because unfortunately I originally had it opened up so that it was more or less available for anybody to use or benefit from if you owned a business. So it was more general digital marketing instruction versus stuff specifically related to small business consulting. And I thought I would get cast a wider net and be able to get more people into it. And I was unable to do so. So therefore, when I did start it that way, I also kept the price point extremely low, expecting to get a whole lot of people to sign up for it. Well, that wasn't the case. I didn't get nearly enough people to really sign up at the very low price point. So it hasn't even really been worth my time to provide the trainings and things I've done so far to this date for GMM. So I decided, you know what, I needed to change it to see if I can get more interest and get more people to sign up. And of course, I'm going to have to increase the price because I'm not sure exactly how many people are going to end up showing up. And if we don't get the right numbers, what I'm going to do is just end up canceling everybody's payments and subscriptions. And then I'm going to probably not offer it at all and not do it at all. So it just depends on the numbers that we get out of this particular restructure and how it works out. So again, I'll report back the numbers as soon as I get some and let you guys know how it turns out. So my last bit here is about, at my stationary bike that I ride almost every single day. It's what I bought last year, right after the pandemic began. I bought it on Marketplace for like $150, and it was an Amazon's best choice. It's a Marcy brand. I don't know if you ever heard of it before, but I guess their website is marcypro.com. It's I think it's ME. The model number is like ME706, I believe, or something like that. But anyway, it retails for like, I don't know, $400. I paid $150 for it. It's been wonderful. It's worked really, really well for me. But recently, after riding it one night, the next day I tried to get on it, the crank wouldn't turn hardly at all. Figured it was something where it got out of an alignment or something weird, but I didn't know exactly what to do or how to fix it. Yesterday, I finally called them up, talked to them on the phone, their support. They weren't sure either. They thought it might be a wire connection issue, which it wasn't. I ended up taking it apart, the flywheel apart, and saw that the actual belt that goes around the flywheel and the gear and stuff had actually slipped off the original track, and it was grinding up against the side of the actual frame, and so therefore it would be tight in certain spots as it rolled around or tried to go around in a circle. So what I had to do was basically get on and put, pedal it a little bit, pull the belt over a little bit to get back on track, and then now it's back on track. And then I tested it out by pedaling backwards, and sure enough, if you pedal backwards on it, it starts to take the belt and take it off of the track somehow. So if you have one of these bikes or you get one of these bikes, definitely don't do any backpedaling. Now, I don't typically do any backpedaling, but I've done just enough where I was trying to get my feet on the pedals and stuff over time that it started to slip it off the track. So just make sure you're always pushing the pedals forward. You're not going backwards with any motion, at least not more than one full rotation at any one point, or you might end up with the same problem I had. I did look it up to see how much they were going for currently on Amazon, and it's like right now you can get the same bike for $341, I think. So let me pull it back up here. I'm going to bring it up and I'm going to share the link because I feel like it might benefit somebody that might actually need a exercise bike. Let's see, 706. A recumbent bike, $341.59 right now, and they'll deliver it within a day. It's a pretty good deal. So here's the link. If anybody wants it, let me see if I can create a cool banner to show that. I'm sure I can. So here it is. Let's call it the Marcy ME706 recumbent bike. So this is the link. I'm sure you guys would love to get it without all the extra. I should make a short link for it is really what I should have done, but I'm going to see if I can shorten it up here and it'll still work for you guys. Nope. All right. So it needs something else. Maybe it doesn't need this. Let's see. Okay. So here's the short link or short-ish link. I wish you could click on it, but I don't think you will be able to. So let's see. So there it is. So it's the Marcy ME706 recumbent exercise bike, and that's the link right there. And what I should do is buy a domain that says kerrysbike.com, and you can just type that in and go to it. But there it is. I'll leave it on the screen so you can write it down if you're watching or if you want it. It's a good bike. I really like it. I've really enjoyed it. It's as good as I could find, and it was super reasonable when I bought it used. Like I said, for $150, and heck, I'd pay $341 all day long for this bike if I had to buy a new one. Which is why I looked it up, because I wasn't sure if I was going to have to buy a brand new one since mine was not working right. And I didn't know if I wanted to mess around with just trying to spend a lot of time and energy taking it apart and figuring it out. But it wasn't too difficult, and it was definitely worth the little bit of work I put into it to get it fixed, because it saved me $341 of buying a new one. And of course, it didn't need anything to be done other than that belt being re-guided to the right spot. So there you go. Anyway, so that's that. I wish I could show you that. I don't know if there's a way to do that. I think there is. Hold on. Let me try this once real quick for fun so you can see it. All right, I'm going to try this. Share screen. Let's see what happens. There it is. Awesome. So there's what it is, and there's the price, and there's what it looks like. Now the girl's not included, so don't get too excited about that. But yeah, it's a good bike. And there's the link. There's what it looks like. Let's see what other pictures. There's another angle of it. There's the little monitor on it. What else is there? There's the pedals. It got good grip, and they got the little holders for your feet. And then, of course, it's about 105 pounds. It's pretty easy to move. So it's a good bike. Yeah. All right, cool. That worked. That's the first time I did that. That's pretty awesome. Anyway, also I heard that through the grapevine that is it Merrick or Merck? I think it's Merck. Merck is helping Johnson Johnson with producing their vaccine for COVID-19, and with their help, they think that the numbers they'll be able to get enough vaccines produced that everyone should be able to get the vaccine. There should be enough vaccine for the entire United States by the end of May. So that's pretty encouraging because I just heard today that there's a couple states who are jumping the gun a bit with things and they're easing up restrictions. And one of those is Texas has removed the mandatory mask. So now you no longer have to wear a mask if you're in Texas. And I think there's somewhere else as well, but I don't know exactly where that is. But anyway, that's encouraging news because, of course, the sooner we get back to more normalized things, the more small businesses can get back to full capacity, which means those businesses can be thriving again. And they're not, hopefully they've taken some good things away from what's happened and they've adjusted some of their business model to accommodate these types of things. So in the future, if something pops up or happens again, they're not so devastated and they can actually do some good and not have to shut down shop completely and or lose their business. So that's something that I'm hoping will help them out and get everyone back to normal so that we can get back to a lot of the things that we don't have here, even in Nevada, where we're really locked down and shut down right now. So that would be awesome as well. I'd love to get back to playing in my Ultimate Hoops basketball league again, for sure. That would be good. Okay, so with that being said, I think that's it. That's all I have for you guys today. Appreciate it that whoever views and tunes in does, and I'll be back again tomorrow with some more interesting stuff, hopefully. And again, if there's anything you would love to hear about or see or anything like that, feel free to leave me a comment and I'll be sure to read it and take it into suggestion and decide whether or not I can help you out with something. So with that being said, have a great day and I'll speak with you again tomorrow. Take care.